DreamStarters, a few more helpful tips when you're starting your first business. I've talked to a lot of people who are interested in getting into real estate. And what I always tell them is, well, it's a safer investment than most, but it's still not a safe investment. When I got into rental property in 2008, when I was 23 years old, I ran into a few problems with these tenants that I trusted right off the bat. So number one, don't trust them until they've earned it. And there are tenants that will earn your trust, and you'll do a lot for them. But right out of the gate, I didn't do a background check. Number two, do that, because when I ran into some problems with this guy, I took him to court, and turns out the judge has been looking for this guy for years because he was writing bad checks all over Pennsylvania. So it was a tough battle to get him out, but I finally did. He was a con man, and he was just known for it. Number two, security deposit. Always take at least a month and a half, maybe 2 months worth of rent for security deposit. The reason why is because I had a tenant who left at the end of her lease, but didn't pay her final month's rent, knowing that I would just take it out of the security deposit. And she was able to leave the place a mess, and knowing that the court takes a lot of money to go through and a lot of time, she knew I wasn't going to pursue it. So as a landlord, make sure you make it a month and a half or even 2 months rent. And third, if you're going to buy a place, make sure you have an exit strategy. Find out what you're going to do with it. Are you going to be hanging on to it for 30 years, 15 years, or is this something that you're going to try to make a quick buck from within the first 10, 15 years? Therefore, you have a real set goal of how much you're going to spend each month fixing it up, or each year. And also, you're not just going into it where you're blind and you don't know exactly what your end goal is. Therefore, you make a lot of mistakes financially of, well, let's see if this happens this way. If I get tenants, maybe I'll do it this way. Make sure you have a goal when you're going into it. And whenever I talk to people who are getting into real estate, obviously location's super important. You can find any YouTube video that talks about that. But if you're going to do the FHA, money down, you have to put at least 3%. I highly recommend when you do your first property, put more than 3% down. If you could do it, I would do a conventional loan. And that's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier. And you're able to, have more options for not only tenants, but what you can do with the place and for the rent that you can charge. So those are 3 little tips there. And also, DreamStarters, I always compare it to people who are starting a business. It's like when you're going into a town or a city you've never been to before, and you're going real slow, you're looking at the map, you're trying to drive, you're making all these wrong turns. You might get there because you see this map that everybody's told you in the past of how to start a business. But when you're going through town, you're making the wrong turns, you're about to cause an accident, you might hurt yourself, you might hurt other people. And DreamStarters is sort of the passenger or the GPS or even the Uber driver to, keep you on the right path without making the mistakes to hurt you or yourself. So if you have any more questions, give me a call, 412-496-9448. We can set up a free consultation, or just go on DreamStartersPGH.com and sign up there. And reach out to me at Fallat, 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 at DreamStartersPGH.com if you ever want to email me. Thanks.